Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to day 4 of refactoring a legacy project. Let me close everything. Okay, I forgot. Let me import the project. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. In a minute, please. Okay, so here we are. Yesterday, I may forgot what I did yesterday. So we are talking about some refactoring, mainly to class-based process. Let's see what going on. Oh, it's done. Most of the things are done. Activity service. I think we did only this two service, to the donation activity and donation request. That's it. Simple. So this two module we implementing the assurance for class-based approach. So here we go, and also solve the dependency error problem. Okay, now let's see. Let me check. Okay, everything seems good. This is a report. Okay, we don't need this report. We have already a report. This is the backend audit report. We will talk about it later. There's a lot of problem in this code. I should have give you this. Gone through this at a very fast, but nevertheless, we are going to fix all kind of problem like this. Okay, close this one. Okay, now let's see if the officer module is no, it's not done. Let me open the Claude, and then we're good to go. Okay. The Claude is here. Let me open the cowork. Okay, let me do one thing. Okay, this is much better. Okay, so okay, let me copy the module path. Okay, we'll refactor this three module at the same time. Okay, so user, notification, and user. Third, notifications, and user. Refactor this module on the same way. Ensure everything is working fine. Okay, let's see. I can do that, but that's not the concern. I'm just refactoring the project and want to complete the project as soon as possible. That's it. Okay. Okay, I think let's try to run the npm dev. Okay, everything is smooth and running perfectly. Yes, it's already starting working. Okay, let's first for it. I'll be back when it's done. Okay, I'm back and it's also done. Let's see. There's a lot of bug. The same problem we solved yesterday. This problem, yep. Let's solve this one by one. I don't know it like this. Like this. It worked perfectly. The same way. Okay, this router is okay. Yep, this is done. Let's move to another router. Same way, remove it. It will help me. Yes, it will. Service is not required and everything is hopefully working fine. Come on. Okay. 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 Come on, AI. Fix it, fix it, fix it. No, it's not working. Let me fix it. Yes, yes, yeah. The next one. Okay. Finally, it's done here. Okay. Yep. So our project is refactored almost without any problem. Let me see if everything is fine or not. Okay. Git add all. modules এর ভিতরে inside this module featured notifications and user modules are refactored to class. Okay. Okay, so still a problem. Still there is some problem because we are duplicating this thing. As you can see, we are duplicating this thing. Pretty much we are just duplicating, nothing else. So we need to solve this problem. And also the router code is almost repetitive, almost similar compared to other router. Almost most of the router case is similar, just path, some middleware, and then finally a controller. That's it. So we need to solve this problem very soon, or else it will be this might, I mean, in my career, I'll it give me a lot of frustration or boringness because of this repetition. So need to resolve this thing as soon as possible. Okay, so in this case we are going to introduce some reusable things, and we will use the decorator concept of Java, that more preferably TypeScript. We will use the decorator things. So suppose what we're gonna do, suppose this is indexable, this is a decorator. So likewise we will add some another decorator like controller. Suppose this not controller, then we will show a name. So I'll suppose users controller. This will be users path controller. For inside all of this method, this will be a single controller, and for single controller will work like this get. And if we need to use method, suppose which method, this is the method, but if we want to use the validation middleware, then we can use some DTO, and then we can pass the pass this one this way. Or we can also use some more decorator like this way. So suppose authenticate, this will be by authentication by default. I mean it will be a protected route, but we also use some required roles. Suppose this, then we can pass here. So what kind of roles we are want to, like admin. So this is our concept. So if we add this, then we don't need this router anymore. You understand? Okay, so we need to build this thing, this controller, this this decorators. So we need to implement this one. Okay, let's remove this for now. Okay, so for this we will use something. We need a lot of things. So first let's understand what is decorator. Let me search what is decorator in TypeScript. You can see here is the documentation, but there is a lot of logs, lot of things. Let me open the official documentation. It's just for this one you need to for TS configuration you need to implement this one. I already did yesterday because we are already using the Decorator for the TSRens package, TSRens library, which is used for the dependency resolving, automatic injecting the dependencies. So this is the thing. Decorator is the decorator is a special kind of declaration that can be attached to a class declaration, method, accessor property, and parameter. So there will be a lot of areas like class declaration, like at the very top of class, method in the method level, and also the parameter level. You can also parameter, I mean the variables kind of things. You can do that. We already did. Where I did let me open a service, then you can understand. Module suppose auth service. Oh my god, we didn't refactor the auth service. No, forgot this one. Sorry, extremely. Same way. Okay, just ask him to do that. I'll just tell Claude to refactor this. Meanwhile, we'll talking about the decorator. Okay, so that can be attached to a class. This thing. So here, let me open the user module. I'll understand. You'll understand better way. So this is a class level decorator. This is the parameter or property level decorator, and if we use something inside for this method at top of method, it will be called the method level decorator. So that's it. Eventually these are the three kind of decorators supported by TypeScript. Okay, so in these things variable you can also inject directly, like you can also do something like this, inject. You can also do this as well, so it will work, but we just need it as kind of these things as a dependency. That's why we use it, nothing else. Okay. This is the decorator. Decorator is a function basically. So in a very simple way, decorator is some kind of middleware. It's work between the function. It will run before the function, before the invoking the function or returning the function. That's it. Mainly the return of the function. That's it. You can manipulate the value. This is the value, like the color property. So it's a function, just simple function, nothing else, just simple function. So let me give you one example of it, so you will understand what it's doing. This is a it is a method level decorator, this one. Okay, let me give you an example of colors. So this colors, let me create a decorator. It's a function, nothing else. Function color, or just log target. I just want to console this log, this one, nothing else. I think target is need a type, but it's not defining. Let me set it any. Logging, you will understand what I did. I just do this like log. That's it. See, it's don't throw any error, but in the console you can see this is the magic. This is the logging things. If I send it suppose 2, it will do that. Yep, you can see if I target console the target, it will log the whole entire class. Yep, See, and then prototype, then it's not working by the way, but it will work. Yeah, this is the things, the prototype inside the promote users. So we can now access all of these methods via this thing. Everything is available. In fact, the entire class is got inside this target, so I can do whatever you want. So we will use this decorator and move all of our classes, services, controllers, mainly the controllers. So we'll move to a single place, and we'll use the router. We'll loop the routers and in a very single way. That in that way we can do a lot of things. We don't need to do a lot of things. We can say whatever we want. A single place. We'll write the code and a single time, and then everything will go automatic. That's it. That's our goal. We'll follow the drive principles. Okay. So let's distract this one. We don't discard census. Okay, I think this module is done. Okay, let me push the code first, then we'll start the main work. Git commit refactor auth module refactor with classes. Okay, so this is our main thing mainly. So our project is almost ready. We are going to work on that things now. Okay, now let me create a folder inside called lib, and inside lib we'll create another folder called core. Inside core we will do something called decorators. Let me open in terminal, it would be much faster. It will be the basic decorators like register, controller, methods, and basic middleware. That's it. So okay, fine. Now let's me create some file, and also we would need something. Well, let me use this one, task Decorator.ts. I'm using the Linux brisk on some commands, what is called, I forgot, brisk compensation or something. I forgot the exact name. You can check my profile, mainly the LinkedIn profile. You can find the exact I have wrote a blog. I had wrote a blog for this one. I forgot the name. So what it would be, a controller index, then methods or http, then what do you say, middleware, and finally keys. We need it. This keys is very important. Okay, so files created successfully. Now let me just give me a minute. Okay. Okay, so let's rename this one. This will be rename. It will be router.decorator. It will be convenient. Okay, let's define the key. For there will be lot of keys. First of all, route key symbol, route key. Next will be controller key this way. Also export http method only, middleware key, export const auth key, not auth key. We will controller, we'll just need to duplicate this one. We'll just controller of controller middleware key. Yep, this is use, and also use something export const DTO key. We are using because we're going to use the Zod and create a dedicated decorator for this one. So I'm just using this one. So as far we know, we need these things. Then if we need anything else, we can add it later. We'll add this later on. Okay, so for currently we are going to focus on the controller level. Its job is to just, okay, let me give you the picture. So at the very yesterday I import this one, reflect metadata. So basically it stores something. It's kind of like a global store, something like a global store, nothing else. So we will receive the entire class like this user controller. If we decorate this class user controller, then we can receive the entire class, right? So we will store this entire class to that reflect metadata. But the problem is we need to specify something like we can easily store everything, but when we retrieve, how we can know that this value is belongs to user controller. This is the value of user controller. This is user controller. So that's why we need these keys, and the instance of this controller will be used to retrieve the actual class or the instance, or you can see the prototype from the global reflect metadata store. I think you can understand. So like this, if I const export const suppose controller, I just do like this, not this way. Let's go on a function approach. It will be much more convenient. Controller, and we will receive a target. It will be a class name, and we'll just do reflect set metadata. Okay, define metadata, and see again the structure. The first one, the metadata key. This will be the key we just defined, and second value will be metadata value, and finally the third things will be the target. So which one you are targeting, which object you are targeting. So in this case, our key is controller key, and value is nothing, null. We'll define null, and finally the target. So this way the controller is registered on the reflect metadata store. It is the global store. But the problem is we need, so in this way we are we can call like this way. Suppose, okay, we can call directly like this way. So I need to import it like yep. So it will work fine, not a big problem though. But the problem is we are talking about we need to pass the base path like this way, users, but it don't support because that's why we need to do one more thing. In here we just use call something, we'll receive the base path which will be a string, then just return function this target which is any, and then do the rest. That's it, and it will work fine. And the base path will store the base path because we would need this this base path, we would need that. Okay, the controller is done. Now let's by the way, if you want to pass lot more configuration over on this controller, like multiple values, multiple things, you can do so, but we just need the base path. But if you want some tags, some extra configuration, you can pass through here. Okay, I think you understand what's the problem, or what I'm trying to say. It's all different to your requirement. Now the controller decorator is done. Now let's go to middleware decorator. Middleware. So before we start, okay, let me clarify everything. What we'll do, export, let me create the function signature. Function use, we'll use or call it middleware. Okay, fine. Then we'll call return. It will also do in class level function, and we'll receive the target which is any type, and do something else. I don't know, but we don't know what we're going to do. Just do this thing. Okay, so before we move forward, let's understand. I think you already know how the express work. So everything inside this use middleware, we need to pass a request handler like app.use. Sorry, not use. You can see this is a request handler. We can pass through an handler sub array. I mean multiple things. It will just spreading everything. So this is the thing. So basically middleware is a request handler. So in this here we will use what do you say, we use not like that, we use just only receive the middleware, which is type of request handler come from express. That's it. Okay, so this is a class level. If we want this, then we will do reflect.define metadata. This is done, and we need to import this one from the keys. This is done, very simple. But there's a problem. What's the problem? Let me show you. We have only one middleware key and target. So we are unable to use multiple middleware. This is a problem. So this is a problem. We need to fix this one. We need to verify if we can use multiple middlewares. Likewise, we will receive something called request handler array of object. That's it. Array of object. This way we can easily receive multiple middlewares, and we're going to use this when we register the router and later on this video. Okay, now we need to check. Before we do this, we need to check if it's already suggesting me. But the problem is, there is another problem. There is another problem. The same class, same thing, there might be a lot of middlewares. So we need to get the middleware first. So how we can do that? Const existing middleware, or yeah, it's already giving me these things. Okay, wait, this is the existing middleware. As you can see, it's already asking me. Let's do this. This is the middleware. What is the issue? Let me do one thing. Middleware, it will be an array. Okay. Let me do one thing, because this is same. We don't need it anyways. Constant all. If there is existing middleware. Okay, let me write the code. Yeah, it's giving me so much pain in this case. We'll combine the middleware. Stand combined. Middleware. It will look like this way. Existing middleware and middleware. Okay, so we can do one thing. Instead of calling the flat method, we can do one thing. I can check here. Likewise, array dot is array. If the middleware is an array, then it will spread the middleware else just return the simple middleware. Hopefully it's gonna work. Okay. Yeah, this is done. This is the thing. I think I made a mistake here. Okay. Okay, this is done. This will gonna work very fine, but we will do one more important thing. We will do one important thing. We defined a key over here. I mean, remember, this is the controller middleware. So we will, the same way, we'll use the middleware key. This is the route level, method level, sorry, class level. But in the same middleware, like the same middle, we want to use this middleware into class level and method level as well. So we need to do something else. We need to check something called in the method level. We may use a property key, which may be or maybe not string or symbol. So the thing is, if it's used on a class level, then the property key is it will be undefined or not available. If it's method level, then the property key will be will be available or not undefined. It will be the method name. Okay. So first of all, check if I have the property key. If it exists, then I need to check if it's type of property key is string or not. Need to check this one. Okay. If it's check, fine. That means inside we block. That means we are in method level middleware. We need to do the same thing like this way, but we'll use the middleware key. But here we'll use something for method level controller middleware key for controller level middleware. Okay, and we'll use the middleware key for method level. Okay, we are done. Fine, everything seems fine, but we need more. We need to pass something else here. We need to pass the property key. Yep, the property key. We need to pass the property key as well, because or else it might be a problem. It don't get the actual value. Then that's the thing. We are just combine middleware target and finally the property key. So this is the value. This is the value. This is the key. This is the value. This is the target, and finally this is the property key. Okay, so we are done, and also done for this controller level middleware as well. We are good to go. Okay, so as we can see, we are checking this thing everywhere. So we can do a simple call here before we move forward. Const middlewares. We can do this thing. I mean, it will be much more convenient. Also same thing here. I will reduce the code. Yeah, this is much better now. Okay, this is not a big deal. It's already inferring that. You can see it's already inferring. But for this request handler of array, just for a little bit safety, nothing else. Okay, so our middleware decorator is done. Now we need to think about the methods, the route level decorators. Okay, so let's go to router, and we need a lot of things here. Suppose let's see what kind of method we are going to need in this project. That would be get, post, patch, put, or delete. These are the basic things we need right now. So, and if we want to create a route, what we need what are the basic things for router, for the routes, like routes? We need at first the URL path name. Yep, path name. Secondly, the method. Thirdly, middlewares, and finally a method name. This is method, I mean not the method is not mandatory at all, but we need a method name, and or else we need this is the controller, I mean controller method. This is the controller method. The path is there, the URL path is there, name is there, middlewares is there, and finally the HTTP method. This fourth thing we need. Yep, we are done. HTTP method. These are the HTTP method. HTTP method. Okay, now let's create some interface. Mainly type HTTP methods and export type route. Yep, and this request handler will come to express. You can understand what is this method name, HTTP method. This method will be the controller method. So this will be the controller, I mean it will hit dynamically. Okay, so if we want to create a route, then we need this information, route. So in the route we will receive path as a string, method as I'm making a very good way. Method will be first method, which will be HTTP method, then path, which will be string, and then at the very last we need middleware. So it will be request handler of array. Okay, so these are the thing. Okay, fine. So we all receive all requirements. Now we need to use the reflect metadata store to store these values. Likewise, we will do something called let's say okay, we'll write these things. Reflect dot define metadata. First of all, the metadata key, route key. Secondly, the value. Suppose I'm just giving an empty array. The finally the target. Oh, sorry, I think I made a mistake here. It will be also decorator. We need target. So it will be something like return function, and inside there I'll receive the target, which is any property key. Property key is which is a string. I may also receive descriptor. Okay, now the final this thing, the target is here. Finally the property key. Oh, okay, so I think we need it, don't need it anyways. don't need it. Okay, fine. Now the problem is there might be some existing methods or existing route for this target class, for this particular class. So we need to, if we call this, suppose if we call this will replace, replace the existing data, but we don't want to replace those one. We just want to extend or include this, insert this, push this route to that on that existing route. So for this we need to do existing routes, or simply say const routes. So it will be reflect metadata, get metadata. Yeah, the same thing we are using. So it will be like routes dot push this data. Nothing else. We're just pushing this code, and we'll reset the value. Instead of empty array, we'll push the routes. We don't need this descriptor anyway. Yep, the method, this is the property key, although. Okay, so the route key is defined. So next one we'll do export const get let's do this way. So when we call the get route, what we gonna do, we just receive the path string. If we want to string, then middlewares, if we want to use some middlewares or not. Chandler, by default it will be empty, and inside this we'll call the route method. This route method, the method will be get second the path, third the middlewares. Okay, so in this way we need to do for others. Like this will be post, the AI will help me put patch, another one patch. Oh sorry, it's already there. Put past get post patch put delete. Okay, so our router key is ready. So let me give you a very more convenient way. Okay, fine, everything is good now. So how we'll do this, we'll call this controller, and what we did, let me give you a visualization, you will understand. Then everything will be some for now I think you are some kind of thinking, what is doing, what I'm doing, what the fuck is this person is doing, I don't understand. Okay, so for this let me give you a visualization for you. So const controller reflect dot get metadata, metadata key, route controller key, and finally target. So let's do where we use the controller, this user controller. Let me pass that one for you. Let me import and see what does it return. it will do like it will be multiple values. Sorry, simple values, single value controller. Yes, you can see the users, because I think we are logging this somewhere. Just the users is calling because it's using the base path. I think we are using the base path as the value. See, this is the value. But if we want to access the entire thing, then we need to do something else. Sorry, let me close everything. And we don't need to call like this way. We need to prototype. Then we can call, it's undefined although, that route key. Let's give me get, or I need to call a method name, this find, so it will understand, it will find the method name. It's not giving me something. I mean, there somewhere might be some problem, but we can as you can see, we are able to see the values, but in a different manner. We can use this in a very different way. So we have the base path, the controller, everything. Okay, fine. Just ignore this for now. I'm just using this one. If I use for another controller, then I can definitely get those values, definitely. So forget this one. Now the final job is still awaiting. Oh, we have a key decorator. We'll use this for later purpose. Let's mainly serve the main things. Then we can focus on this thing. It's already, everything is almost built. We just need to use it somehow. Okay, so I'll create another folder called controller. It will be registerController.ts. Okay, so it will be a pure function. Export const register controller, and it will receive the express applications and array of object controllers, which will be any of object. So this will be the controllers. Okay, by default it will be an empty object. Okay, let me do one more thing. Let me export. Not route, it's router controller middleware. We don't need we need keys. We need keys. And finally export, not router, middleware. Okay, so we did it. Now let's do it here. So in this code we will do one thing. So we will register every, we will do what these are the controllers, and it have everything. It has resolved. Like likewise, let's go to router. Let's go to router. Like this is resolved. We're just passing this auth controller, and the entire auth controller is resolved. After that, we can basically using this thing. So suppose inside this I am receiving the controllers of array. It will be the controller classes will pass from the outside when we registered the very apps.ts or index.ts. Somehow we will receive the controllers array. So for this we will do controllers dot for each. We don't need map, so we'll receive a single controller. This will be any. Okay, now we can resolve the controller. Suppose controller instance how container, how we resolve, like distance resolve this controller, sorry, not controller. Yeah, now this is our controller. This is our controller for every single instance. So suppose let me where is the router? Okay, so I'm just keep this in side by side so I can demonstrate you better way. So we already resolved this one. Now we need to create a router, right? Router. But before we create a router, we need routes, the methods. So how we get those methods? We are already setting up those. Let me go to the router. So this is the method level decorator. So we'll use inside this user controller. So let me do one thing instead of using this inside. No, let's be it. We are doing like this, get, and then okay. So we need to import this as well. It is asking me for default value, but we need to return this, or else it's not gonna work anyways. Okay, this path value will be empty always by default. So okay, fine, pretty much good. So user controller, we just call the get method. If I don't pass it, and no way it will use by default. It's already registering something. So when I make this here, this will what will do? This will go here, and eventually it will define the route key to the routes and everything to reflect metadata. So we need to get those metadata. Okay. So how we can do this? Suppose const routes reflect metadata. These are the things. Okay. But we need lot of things, some reusable values for controllers, like the base path, the route keys, routes, lot of things. So let me, okay, controller instance, as this is a problem. We need to pass the actual controller here. Let me close this one. And routes, and also we also need to paste the middlewares in the same way. The middleware key. We are currently working on middleware key, the controller middleware, not the route level middleware. So we'll paste the middleware with the controller, and it will get me controller middleware. Okay, got it, fine. Now we need controller level data, controller level lot of data. I'm extending this stream to 30 more minutes because I need to finish this today. So we need we're gonna just do controller we need to store this metadata to use in a very different way, like this way: base path, controller key, and finally we will do routes, then the middlewares, sorry, not that one. Middleware, controller middleware. Okay, so but if we want, we can directly push this code here, so it will be much more convenient, because we'll use this later on. I mean, we will use this variable for fetching everything related to controller. We no need to repeat these values. Just take okay, everything seems fine. Now we need to do one thing. We need to check one thing. What is that? Suppose we are receiving this controller instance, but the controller key is not defined. I mean, this is not where you go. This is not called. This is not used. So in that case, that means the controller is not in the reflect metadata, not in the store. That's why it should not use. So we need to check if the controller metadata is base path is not that. It's not. Oh, this AI. This will be. I will throw new error. Base path is not okay. Base. Okay, let me go in a very. I know this AI. Throw new error. So this is a register controller. Then base path is request for controller.name. Okay. So our validation is done. We need it because we need it at least. The second condition would be for the routes. Suppose we register the controller. Suppose we call this controller, but we didn't define any routes, any method level. That means we don't need. There is no controller, no actual routes where we can go. So that's also a problem. So you can just you can ignore this one. You can ignore this, but I'm just throwing error. So make it feel the developer must ensure this problem. This will increase the productivity, or you can say the error prone. It will make you less error prone to your code. So next one, I'm just to controller dot routes. Sorry, not controller metadata dot routes dot length. Length is equal 0. I don't need it anyways. I can do this way. No routes found for the controller. Yep, it will throw a new error. Okay, fine. Now our next job is done. Now everything is fine. We got our router. We got all our routes and some basic validations. Then we need to create finally a route, because we have everything. We have routes, we have methods, we have everything. Now create a router first. Const router new, not like this. This will be router. Okay, express No, not this way. Oh, let's see. Let me directly import the router. Okay. Now at first we need to use like this way. So this, you can see this is the Zord, but there's some authentication. We can use directly use some middleware into the router level. So suppose we want to add middleware inside this router. So it will be applied inside all of this router or nested routes. So controller level routes are kind of if we use a middleware over here, that means entire methods routes must be applied. So we need to use the middleware first. Controller metadata dot middlewares dot for each. Yep, this is done. And if we want to log, we can log. Just skipping this one for now. Now let's move to where is not working. Now let's move to the route level. We'll do controller metadata dot routes dot for each route. This route is not any. Suppose it will be route definition. We need to do something. We need to go to router. Did we route data? Let me do one thing. Let me rename it. Definition. Route definition. Okay. Didn't we use this one? We should have used this here. Okay, so it will be here as well. Okay, let me close or just make it like this. Okay, let me import. Okay, let me get everything from it. Like okay, fine. So suppose we need to check a lot more things. What is that? Suppose we're here. Suppose there might be, if we are clicking, we are getting this routes, suppose middleware, or not middleware, the routes, we are getting the route, but there might be some mismatch or some inconvenience. Might be, I'm not sure, but there might be some, might not be some method, but the reflect metadata is there. Something is not messing. I mean, so currently this route method is not exist inside this controller. So what gonna happen? We don't have a controller, so we need to verify. If dot route dot method name not in controller instance, যদি না থাকে and না থাকে, there's the method name is not found in controller. Yep. Route. Okay, just give me a minute. It might. Yep, method name. Why it's giving me this way? Okay, I think I need to use braces. Yep, this will work. Now Now it's time to okay, let's call the router now. Let's apply the middleware. We have the router. Where is that? Is this the router? We just need to like this one, like get post math or something. So in this way we'll do call the router and then route dot http method, then http method, and finally the path route dot path and route dot one second, we need a handler first. I mean we don't have the handler, we have the method name, so we need a handler. Handler is equal to constructor instance controller instance. Yep. If we need to bind this one, or else there might be some problem with request response. It might be some context problem. So you must you must bind this one. Handler. Okay. Okay, let's just okay, so router is done, but as we mentioned in talk, we have something inside, we have something else. What is that? Let me open the middleware. We are talking about that we are also use the decorator level, the method level middleware, but we didn't apply here, so we're going to apply it here now. Let me const middlewares how reflect dot get metadata, then this will be middleware key, then the target will be constructor instance, and finally, or let me open the controller decorator. So this way also need the property key as well, and the property key is called route dot method name. This is the method name, property key is the method name, so we just like this way, everything is good to go. Okay, so fine, so our controller is done, it's good to go. So if we simply do router dot not like that, app dot use controller metadata dot base path and the router, then what is does not exist on type application. Okay, I think we have a problem here. Yep, it's solved now. Okay, there's a type mismatch problem. Okay, we are good to go. Everything should fine. Okay, so how we are gonna use this one? Okay, we can do one more important thing here. You can understand this way. So what is that? Likewise, you can do one thing, like I told you, let me open the router file so you can understand here. So the base path, this is repeating everywhere, so we need to do something for this thing. So we do just one thing. Inside this one, we will use we'll type something called export type configurations, and inside this we'll base path string. Okay, so just we only need this one. I'm just using this kind of things because in the future we would need something. We need a lot more things. Configuration inside this one we need to like this. Okay, or constant path, final path. This will be something like this way. If the base path is there, then it will be start like this, then this one, or else. Oh, one second. I don't. If it provide a base path, then it will be a base path. If not, then it will do the rest. Okay. Simple. Don't want to bother it anyways. Okay, let's. I think I don't. Base path. I don't need it. Do I need it? Or let's say controller. Let's open the user controller. Yeah, I think I don't need it anywhere. This thing. Okay, we are good to go. This thing is ready, and this is too much powerful. Too much. I think you can understand too much. Okay, let's see. Okay, everything is fine now. Okay, let me close everything and let me go to create app, and inside here register controller, the app, then array of user controller, finally base path will be this one. Okay, it's give me an error. Controllers it controllers dot for each. This is undefined. What is printing? Let me see. It is giving me a class, but why it's reading me undefined? Line number 23, controllers dot for each cannot read property of undefined length. Where did I use the length? Let me find. Dot. This one is this one. Okay, let's play safe. Let's play safe. Or I don't understand what's happening. If I put something and saving it, it's give me an error. No route. Oh, it's not the error. I'm registered no route found for controller user controller. So that's the error. That's the error. Okay, so it's working fine. I think it's working fine. Let me open the user controller first, but the gate is there. The gate is there. It should work. It should found something. So we need to debug this one. Okay. Where is? Okay, yeah, this way. Okay, I think we are having some problem with it. Controller metadata. Let me see, it's routes empty, middleware empty. So this metadata route key is not working fine. We need to solve this one. Okay, so before we do that, let me clarify if the get is working fine. I mean, this method is working fine. Let me check if it's okay. Let me import in the same route. Decorator index dot. Oh, sorry. I need to rename this file, not this way. This way. So it can now. Let it be. Let it keep it simple. Now let's go to get. Where is the get method? Let me see. Path middleware. Okay. Path empty, middleware empty. It does it. Okay. So it is working fine. Let me see here. Path empty, middleware is empty. Let me check if it's, or maybe let me check the routes data. Yeah, the routes data is done, method name is done, HTTP method is also done. So if we do multiple get, what will happen? It is also a get. Roles. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's actually giving me this way. This is work. This is fine, but I think the problem is something else, not this one. Okay, so data is registering perfectly. So we have a problem here. Don't need it. Router.decorator. It's working fine. It's I think we have a problem with routes get metadata. It's metadata key and target. Okay, so this is how we are getting the routes. Okay, let me see if the metadata is getting the routes. Yeah, first of all it will be empty because it didn't push, but second time it will be. So that means it's working. This thing is working fine, but we have a problem over here. A route key and controller. I think we have a problem here. I think we need to pass the controller instance. Maybe. Yeah, maybe it solved the problem though, but okay, yeah. Now the problem is solved. I think we also pass this instance here, because eventually we store the instance $key, or I don't know what I'm doing. Didn't we set a base path? Yeah, it's already a base path, but I don't understand. I'm confused a bit. Seriously, I'm confused. Why this is not working? Let's ask AI. Let ask AI. Let me change everything to previous one. Let me see if it's work or not. It didn't work. So if we check the router decorator, we're storing the target routes, simple, very good manner. I don't know what's going on. Let's ask this to AI. Or in here, why we need to pass the instance instead of real class. Instead this is not good. I mean, the wrong spelling mistake. Okay, it's problem with router. Let's see what's the problem. Stored on prototype. Okay. Target is here in the prototype and the class, not class itself. Okay. When method decorator fires, the class prototype, not the class constructor itself, so the metadata for route and middleware ends up prototyping. So the key distinction: class decorator, the class constructor itself. So we need the controller route key, the prototype controller prototype, and reflect get metadata instance. Okay, why instance works for route? So mainly it telling me that for controller level things we need to pass the controller itself, but if we are dealing with method level, then methods or something, then we need to use the controller. Then in this case we need to use the controller because because this is a controller level thing, controller middleware. Let's see. Let's write something called middleware suppose function regress next calling it I don't know what's happening. It's giving me pain sometime. Yep, it's giving me this one. If I move this to controller instance, it's not gonna work. Let's see. Yeah, I got it. So For here controller metadata middleware, it will work fine. Let's go inside. Yeah, it's instance here, so it will work fine. Okay, so our almost we are good to go. Let me check one thing. Let me remove this one. Set register controller. Let me remove the console log. Console.log. Okay. So let's go to controller. User service. So for this one, let's duplicate this code. I just want to check it. I just want to check it, nothing else. Let's see. So our router will be users. Okay, let's me check localhost 9000 API v1 users. Yeah, hooray! As you can see, this is the things. Yep. So it's working fine. How? Okay. Let me change the request successful from new router routing system. Yes, see, it's working. It's working perfectly. But if we want to go to roles, let's see, users roles internal server error, because as you know. Okay, one more important thing we can do here. We don't need to call this apart. Reason? I'm just removing it for you to know. And tomorrow we have something. Let's see if we have the shared things. Exceptions. Yeah, this is the exceptions. So suppose we are intentionally throw something here. Throw new bad request exception. Sorry, not bad request. Let me not found exception. Okay. So it should. Okay, so this is throwing error. Let's see. It will crash the server maybe. Let's see. What is happening? Let me restart the things. Let me restart. Okay, let me hit the user's route. What is happening? Yeah, this is giving me error. It's mainly crashing. It's a crashed. App is crash. Didn't working. So this is the thing. It's preventing to crash. Mainly, it's delegating the error to the global error handler. That's it. So we will handle the error over here. Don't you understand? Okay. So over here I will do one thing. I will do rec next. It will be next function, and it will something. Okay. Okay, it will call like this. We will call like this because we are going to do that as well. We'll just handle this one. It should work, but it gave me some problem. Okay. It should solve the problem though. Or okay, just give me a minute. Okay, it shouldn't give me the error here. I'm not expecting this error. Okay, let me write the code. That's why I don't believe in the generated code. It's very disgusting. Okay. Return try catch. Next dot error. Okay, the type mismatch. Let me fix this one. Request response next function. Okay, and where is the express? Yep, we need. Okay, this should work perfectly fine now. Yeah. Now let me try it. It's doing that as well. Okay. We need a wait here, and this is gonna be async function. Yeah, this time it will work. Yep. See, it is giving me an error, and it's handling the error. So basically, we don't need to call the next anymore. We just use this way. The same way. Let me call the roles. It will give me internal server error. Internal server error because it's crashed and there is no data. There's some problem on the databases. Okay, so this is so far. So as I called, so you can see we're not using the router file anymore. We don't need it anyways, but we'll keep it because we need a lot of things. We need some validation, some stuff. So we'll keep it. So we'll do the rest. From tomorrow, we'll remove the router file and only use the controller file. And also tomorrow, we'll do the DTOs. Suppose the validation. This is the validation. So we need to do the validation. So we will create DTO decorator and use it on the controller level. Then it will be automatically validated. In fact, it won't like here. We will validate before we propagate the data. So that's so far. So I'll come back tomorrow. Let's see you tomorrow. Bye bye for now.